Almost.
2 minutes.
Top of the morning to you, sir. Who we missing? Chris? Where's he at? Where is he at?
I think it's a steer. The wild one's a steer. They might not have anybody over here.
Where?
This side, you better check with them.
Saw Junior a while ago.
Up there. They probably still got to go back.
$65. Has a good five. Has a good. 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 Has five. Has 7.5. 7.5. 7.5. 750. And 67 to 70. 70 and 2.5. 75. And 75. 5 here. 75 here. 75. 75. 77.5. 77.50. And 77.5. 77.5 $1. Going to be 77.5 here. Bit of a half here. Going to be 77.5 here. It's on 175. Chris Boo. $125, 25, 25, 25, 25, going to be 125, going to be 125, 750, and 27, 2750, 27, 7, 7, 30, 32, 32, 35, 37, 3750, and 30, 7, going to be 37 and a half here, bit of a half here, going to be 37 and a half here, 40, and half, 42 and a half, and 42 and a half, 45 here, 45, 45, you get 5, 45, you get 5, you get 5, you get 5, you get 5 here, so 142 and a half, Chris Bull. No, put him on straight. We don't want to turn him out. Yeah, different pasture. Is this my bull? Surely not. He ain't that big. $50, 55, 55, 55, 57, 62 and a half, 62 and a half, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 70, now 70, 70, 2 and a half, 72 and a half, 71, 71, 71, 71, 72, and 71, 2, 3, and 73 here, 72 to 3, 72, 3, 72 and a half, 3, 3, 3, 72, going to be 3 and a half, 3, Gibbon Bull, 172. $125, 25, 27, and a half, 27.50, and 20, 57, going to be 20, 57, going to be 27, and a half, 25, 25 here, 27.50, and 27.30, and 30, 30, bit of 30, going to be 30, 30, 30, 30, going to be 30, 30, going to be 30, 30, 30, going to be 30, 30, yes, 127.50. What number? 9. $0.50 a pound. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and now 5, and has it get about 70, and 75, 75, now, 80, now, 80, now, 80, you give 80 there, going to be 80 now, 80, 75, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, and 90, 85 and 90 there, going to be 90, going to be 90, and 90 here, going to be 85, going to be 90, going to be 85, going to be 95, now 95, now 95, 95, 95, now $1, $1, 105, 105, 10, and 110, 15, and 15, now 10 and 15, bid 10 and 15, going to be 115, bit of a 10 and 15, going to be 110, 15, bit of a 10 and 15, going to be 110, 15. Hike, 110, hike. Just looking at your hair. It's high. H-A-J-E-K.
Yeah.
I think it's...
Hijack. H-A-J-E-K.
All right. I'll be hauling ass back from Wichita Falls. Baseball tournament. I may try to get out of it. $1.50. 55. Yeah, 55. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55. You get 5 here, 55, 55, 55 here. Going to be 155, 60, 5. And get about a 70 there, 75, 75, 75, 80 there. Going to be 185 there. Going to be 85 and 90. Going to get 90 there. Going to be 85, 95. And 95 and 2. Going to be 2. Going to be 2. Going to be 2. Going to get 2. 95. Going to get 2. 95. Going to be 25. And 205, 10. 210. 215. Going to be 215. And 220. And 225. 225 and 5. 225. Going to get 5. 225. Going to get 5 here. 225. Going to get 5 here. Sold 220. Ricardo 220. 35. Yeah, 35. 35, 37, 37, 37, 40, 42 and a half, 45, 47, 52 and a half, 52, 50, and 52 and a half, bit of a 55, and 55, 55, 55, 53, 53, 53, 53, 53, 2 and a half, 3, and half, 53, 53, 53, 53, 53, 53, S, 152 and a half, 21. Some little soft footed, they're all going to go. $1. $5. And $100 here. You're going to 110, 15, 20, 125, 30, 32 and a half, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35 here, 35 here, 35, and 5, and 35, 35, 750, and now 750, 40, 40, now 40 here, 40, and 7 and 5, 40, 43, 40, 40, 40, now 8, 9, now 9, 39, 40, 40, 41, and 40, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41 here, Doug, 140 on 5. $6 miles. 35. Yeah, 35, 35, 35, 30, 37, 37, 37, 40, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 45 here, 45, 47, 47, 47, 46 and 45, 6, 7, and 47, and 7, and 7, and 46, 7, and 7, $8, 48, and 47, $8, and 48, 47, 48, 47, going to be $8, bid with 8, 47, going to be 48. Chris, 147.10. We'll put that straight on him. You bet. He'll get it done. One little blue eye should be on there. 25. 125, 25, 27, 25, 27, 27, 27, 30, 32 and a half, 32 and a half, 35, 37, 37, 40, and $42 and a half, 42 and a half, 45 here, 45, 47, 47, 47, 56, 7, and 46, 7, 48, 48, 48, $49, 9, good 9, good 9, good 48, good 9, $9, 48, good 9, good 9, good 9, Cabras, 148.3. 3 and 4s are open. 35. 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 35, 37, 37, 37, 37, 40, 40, 2 and a half, 5, and 45, 47, 47, 47, 47, 47, 50, not 50, and 50, 50, 2 and a half, and 52 and a half, bit of a 2 and a half, 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 bit of a here, 52 and a half here, Chris, 150, 3X. Resell the bad bag for you. 35, and 35, 37, 37, 37, 37, 37, 40, 40, 2 and a half, 45, 45, 47, 47, 50, and 52 and a half, 52 and a half, 52 and a half, would have been 1, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, you go on here, 50 down 1, going to be 1, now 1, Gibbon, 150. 35, 35, 37, 42 and a half, 45, 47, 47, 52 and a half, 2 and a half, 51, 50 down 1, 51, 51, 2, 51, 2, 51, 2, 3, and 53, 54 and a 5, and 55, 55, 55, 655, 67, 56, 7, 7, 7, 56, 7, and 57, 7, 8, 57, 8, 50, 8, 57, going to be $8, going to be $8, bit of 8 here, Doug, 157.5. 4 and 5 years old or 5 months bred. 2,000, 2,100, 2,100, 2,100 here, 2,100, 2,100, 2,100 here, going to be 17 and a half, 1,800, 18, 18, 17 and a half, going to be 18 and a half, going to be 19 and a half, 19, 50, 2,000, going to be 2,000, going to be 2,000, going to be 2, and 2,000, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2,000, and 2,000, going to be 2,000, and 2,000 sold. 1950, Trey Cook. 35, 35, 37, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 45, 47, 47, 47, 45, 4600, and 45, going to be 600, 45, going to be 67, and 47, going to be 48, and 9, going to get 9, going to be 40, going to be 9, going to get 9, here, going to be 40, going to be 9, going to be 9, and 9, Booker, 148. 6 and 7 months bred guys for some bred heifers. 1,500, 15 half, 15 and a half here, half and a half here, 15 and a half, going to be 1,600, and 1,600 here, half and a half here, going to be 16 and a half, now 17 and a half, and 17, going to be 18, 1,800 there, going to be 18, but with 8 and a half, 18 and a half here, 18 and a half, going to be 1,850, 18 and a half here, got up here, 18 and a half here, 18 and a half here, half here, McGee, 1,800, McGee. 20, 25, 25, 25, 25, 30, 30, 35, 40, 40, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 50, 55, 55, 50, 60, now 65, as you get about 70, 75, now 75, and 80 there, going to be 80, 75, going to be 80 cents a pound, 85, 85 there, going to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, going to be 85, you give 85, going to be 85, and 5, going to be 85 here, Solder, 80, Ricardo, 10. 45, 45, 47, 50, and 45, 47, 45, 47, 47, 45, 47, 50, and 40, 7, going to be 40, 7, Gray, 145 on 10, Gray 10. And tone. And tone. This was at Lucky Star, I think. I don't think this is the $4 bet. Something here for 300 something. I think it's Lucky Star in Clinton. I don't think it's Reno. 323. 4-year-old, she's 7 months. 1,500, 1,500, 15 and a half here, half and a half here, going to be 16, half and 17, 17, 77, 17 and a half, 1750, 17 and a half, going to be 17 and a half, going to be 1750, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, going to be 18, bit of 18, bit of 18, going to be 17 and a half, going to be 1850, 18 and a half here, now 19, bit of 19 and a half, and a half, and a half, and a half here, 19 and 2, and 2001, and 20 and 21, 2, 22, 23, 23, 23, 24, and 24, 23, 24, we're going to be 23, 24, we're going to be 23 and a 4 here, trade, 2,300 on Cook. 5-year-old here, 35, and 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, and 35, huh? Yeah. That was about a head, too. 35, yeah, 35, and 37, 50, and 37, and 37, and 37, and 35, 37, and 37, and 37, and going to be 37, 40, 40, and 1, and 40, and 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 3, and half, 43, 3, and 40, 3, 40, 3, going to 2, 3, and half, 40, 3, so 142, S21. She's a 4-year-old gas, 35. Yeah, 35, and 35, 35, 35, 37, and 37, 37, 40, 40, and 2 and a half, 5, and 45, and 7, and 47, and 50, 50, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 3, 5, and 55, 53, 55, 53, 55, 55, 55, 7, and 57, 9, 59, 57, going to be $9, 57, going to be 961, and zig one, 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 going to be 61, $101 here, hike, 159, hike, 1, hike 1. Empty, $1.50. 51, 50, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 2, 51, 2, 53, 53, 54, and 53 and 4, 5, and 55, 56, 55, 56, 55, going to be 6, 5, going to be 6 here, 5, going to be 6, Cavaness, 155 on 3. $110, yeah, 10, 12, 50, and 10, maybe to get 12 of them, but 10, 12 of them, 15, 17 and a half, going to be 20, then 2 and a half, 5, 25, 27, 50, and 30, but 33, but get 30, but 32 and a half, 2 and a half, 32, 50, and 32 and a half, but get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, but get 30, then 2 and a half, going to be 32 and a half, going to be 2 and a half here, Chris, 130 on number 13.
What was your high pig?
75,000. Wilbur. $1.50. 55. She's bred. Here is one good rip, guys. 2 years old, 3 months bred. Like to have 2,500. I do too. If I wish I brought my trailer, I'd just stay right there hooked. You would? I can't afford the hauling bill. 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 21 and a half, 21 and a 2, 22, 22, 22, 22, mid 2, 22 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, 3, and 23, 50, and 20, going to get 3 and a half, 4, and 24, 24, 24, 24 and a half, going to be 24 and a half, going to be 24 and a half, going to be 24, 50, and 24 and a half here, half and a half, going to be 24 and a half, going to be 24, a bit of a half here, going to be half here, going to be half done. 2,400. Goodbye, Caleb. 1 by 8, 1,500. 15 and a half, 15 and a half here, half here, going to be outside, 15.50, 15 and a half here, half here, half here, going to be 16, half, 17, and 17 and a half here, 18, half, 19, half, 2, 2000, 2, and 2000, 2, Paul, you're out, 2000, 2, and 2050, and 2050 and a half here, half here, half here, going to be 20, 50, 50 and a half here, half here, going to be half, McGee. 2,000. $125, 25, 27 and a half, and 20, 7 man, going to be 27 man, going to be 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, going to be 30, 30, going to be 30, going to be 30, 2 and a half, 38, 9, 38, 29, 30, and 31, and 30 here, 31, 31, 31, 32, 32, 33, and 33, going to get 33, 4, and 34 here, 34 and 5 here, 35, 6 here, 35, going to be 6 or 7, and 37, going to get 30, hey, going to be 9, going to get 9, going to be 40, going to get 40, going to be 40, 39, 40, and 39, 40, 40, 40, going to get 40, going to get 40, going to get 40, Chris, 139 on 13, 139, 40 here, 140, and 40, 40, 40, and 2 and a half, and 42 and a half, 45, 45, 47, 47, 50, and now 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, now 50, here, going to be 150, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50 here, Gray, 147 and a half, 10. $18.70. Yep. $25, yeah, 25, and 25, 25, 25, 27, about 27, and 32 to hand, 32 to hand, 35 here, 35, 35, 37 and 37 to 40, going to be 40, going to be 40, going to be 40, going to be 49, and 38, 9, 40, and 40, 40, 40, now 1, and 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 43, 44, 3, 44 here, 44, 44, now 4, and 43, going to get 44, and 43, going to get 44, and 43, going to get 4 here, book, 143, book. $7 years and 5 months, 1,500. 15 and a half, 15 and a half, 16, 17, 1,700, and 17, 17, 17, and 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 19, 19, going to be 18, 1900, and 19, 18, 19, 19, MW, 1,800. $35, and 35, and 35, half, and 37, about 37, about 37, about 35, 37, 50, and now 40, 42 and a half, 45, 45, 45, you get 5, 45 and 5, and 42 and a half, you get 5, you get 5, you get 5, you get 5, Gray, 142 and a half, 10. $40, not 2 and a half, 42 and a half, 45, 45, 45, 47, 47, 50, 50, 50, 50, 47, $8, and now, hey, 40, hey, 40, hey, 40, hey, $47, and now, hey, $40, hey, now, hey, here, given, 147.50. $125, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, and 7 and a half, and 20, 7 and a half, going to be 20 and 7 and a half, going to be 27.50, and 27 and a half here, a half here, bit of a 30, now 30, 30, 32 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, now 25, and 35, 35, 35, going to get 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 37.50, and 37 and a half, going to be 37 and a half here, S 135, 4. How old? 3 and open. You give $1, 120. 140, 160, 180, $2. Yeah. Now 2. 205. 205. Ricardo, $2. Not on Wednesday. 35, yeah, 35, and 35, 35, 37, and 35, 37, and 37, and 37, and 37, and going to be 37, 50, and 30, 57, 40, and 40, 40, 40, number 1, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, and 41, 2, 1, 2, 2, 41, 2, Doug, 141, 5. 4 years old, she's 3 months bred, 1,500. 15 and a half, 15 and a half here, having 16, having a 17, has 1750, 18 and a half here, but with 1850, 18 and a half here, 19 and a half, and 19 and a half here, 2, and 2,000 here, 1, and 21, 21, 21, 2, 22, 22, 22, 2,200, and 21, we get 2, 1, we get 2, 1, we get 2, 1, we get 200 here, we're done, 2,100. Dollar. 110, $110, and 10 here, 110 here, 110, 20, and 10, 20 here, 110, 20, 20, 20, bid 20, 110, 29, 20, bid 10, 20, good to be 10, 20, good to be 10, 20, good to be 10, 20, Chris, 110, 3X. There he is, Ty. 9 by 3. 9 by 3. Where cat for there here, 135. And 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 37, 37, 40, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 45, 47, 47, 50, and 50, 50, now 50, and 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, given 147, 50. You give it, yep. Yes, 70. They bought them for a boar prospect. I selling gilt was 30. Jimmy Harrell bought her. Bless you. 2-year-old, $1.50. 55, yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, 70, 55, 80, 180, and 75, 80, and 75, good to be 80, 75, good to be 80, 75, good to be 85, 85, 85, and 90, 90, good to be 90, 90, 95, 95, and 95, 2, and 95, and 2, good to be 2, good to be 2, 95, good to get 2, 95, good to get 2, Chris, 195, 7X.
Checker.
Preg the last one. Pregger. What do you get here? She's pregnant. 7 by 2, $1.50. $1.51, 50, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, here going to be 151, Jigga 1, and 52, and 51, 2, 53, 53, 53, 52, 34, and 54, Jigga 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 6, here 55, 600, and 55, going to be 6 here, 5, going to be 50, 600, there, going to be 6 here, Curry, 155 on number 10. She's limping. It's a good rip, though. If she ever gets over it, should be pretty nice. Do you give $1? $1.10, and 110, good to be 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 110, 20, 30, and 20, 30, and 20, 50, 30, good to be 20, 50, 30, good to be 20, 50, 30, good to be 20, 30, good to be 20, 50, 30, good to be 20, 50, 30, Doug, 125. You get her better, Doug, should be worth lots of money. X, 5X. Pin her separate. Okay. $1. 105, and 105, 105, 105 here, 105 outside, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105 here, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, 105, Doug, $1, 5X. $1.50. 50, 60, and 50, 60, and $1.50, 60, 70, 100, 70, 180, 180, 190, 92, good to be 2, good to be 2, good to be 2, good to be 2, good to be 210, good to be 210, 220, and 210, 20, and 210, 20, 30, 230, 230, 225, and 225 here, 5 here, bit of 5 here, good to be 225, 5 here, Chris, 220, 7X Preg. Here's one I kind of like. 8 months. 6 months. Who get 1,500 on her? 15 and a half, 15 and a half here, half and a half here, and a half here, happy to get 50 and a half, 15 and a half, and 15 and a half here, 16 and 16 half, 17 to get 17 and a half, and 17 and a half here, half here, Austin, gonna be 1750, and 17 and a half here, half and a half, gonna be 17 and a half here, 17 half, M-Dub, 1,700. 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, going to be 35, 5 here, 37, 37, 37, going to be 37 to 40, and 40, 40, 40, you get 41, and 41, 2, 43, 44, 45, 46, and 46, 7, and 47, 46, 7, and 7, 7 here, going to be 7 about 7 here, going to be 7 given, 146, given 146. 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, you get 1, 51, 51, 51, here, going to be 151, 50, 51, here, 1, here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 55, 6, and 55, 6, 7, 7, 7, $8, 57, 8, 57, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, bit of 9, good of 9, bit of 9, good of 9, good of 9, bit of 9, gray, 158, 10, gray 9, gray 9. $10 years old, she's 3 months. $1.40. 141 and 141, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, outside 1, and 40, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, good to 2, 3, 43, 44, 3, 44, 44, you get 4, 43, now 4, and 43, you get 4, 43, 4, 5, and 45, 45, 45, 45, you get 5, 45, you get 5, 5 here, Chris, 144, 13. Yep, 45, and 45, 47, 50, and 2 and a half, 55, 55, 7, 57, going to be 60, 60, what about 8, 50, 58, 58, $8, 8, 9, and 10, going to be 9, $9, here, going to be 9, going to be 9, here, going to be 9, here, going to be 9, cabinets, 158, 3. Five and open coming in. Little. Give $1. 80, 90, 80, 90, 80, 90, 90, could be 80, 80, 80, $90, $1.10, could be 110, could be 110, could be 110, could be 105, 10, could be 110, bit of a 10 to 15, could be 110, 15, bit of a 10 to 15, 115, 20, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, could be 125, could be 125, 5 here, so 120, S3, 120. 45, and 45, and 45, 45, 45, and 45, 45, 41, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, outside 2, and 42, and 41, 2, 42, 2, 3, 42, 3, and 42, 3, and 42, 3, Gibbon, 142, Gibbon. Show pigs for him 25, 30 years ago. Yeah, that purple, that circles. 35, 35, 35, 37, 35, 37, 37, 37, 37, 40, and 42 and a half, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, you get 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 45, going to be 5 gray, 142 and a half, 10. What's our Candace's last name? What's his last name? 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, half, and 37, man, 37, man, 37, man, going to be 37, 50, and 30, 7, 40, 40, 40, going to be 8, 9, 9, going to be 9, going to be 9, 30, here, going to be 9, 9, here, going to be 30, here, going to be 9, 9, going to be 9, Cavaness, 138, 3, Cavaness, 3. Dollar. 105 and 105 here, good 105, 10 and 10 and 15, bit of a 10 and 15, 20, 120, 120, going to be 25 here, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 2 and a half, 5, 25, now 750, 2750, and 20, 7, going to be 27 and a half here, half and a half here, so 125 S3. Little. Biquito. Biquita. 60, 65, as a good and has a good 70, 580, 5 and 90, 95, $1 $1 here, 105, 105, you get 5, 105, you get 5, you get 5, you get 5, you get 5, 105, 105, she need her tag, 105, she got a tag, 105, you get 5, 105, you get 5, S $1 on 1.
14.
Move them. 50. 55, 55, 60, 55, 70, 95, good to be 80, good to be 5, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, yeah, down here, 90, and 95, and $95 here, good to be $1, $1 here, good to be $1 here, $1 here, good to be $1 pound, good to be $1, good to be $1, sold 95, Ricardo, 10. Uh-oh. Nope. It's too tall. That one. She got a little something in her side.
Oh, yeah.
Sell 2. Daughter.
54.92 and 54.91.
105 and 105. Go to 105. Get 5. 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 105. 10. Go to 110. Go to 10. Go to 10 and 15. Go to 10 and 15. Go to 110. 15 and 10 and 15. 20 and 21. 21. 27. 10 and a half. 20 and 20. 23. Go to 20. 20. Go to 120. 2 and a half and 25 and 25 here. 5. Go to 125 here. 25. You get 5 here. So 122 and a half. Cavaness 11. 50. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 5, and now 75, 75, you give 80, 85, 85 and 90, 95, 95, $95, $1 be 2 and a half, 102 and a half, 105, give 750, and now 10, going to be 110, 12 of the man, going to be 10, 12 of the man, going to be 10, 12 of the man, going to be 110, not 12 of the man, going to be 110, not 12 of the man, S, 110, 4. They don't allow that on Tuesday, do they, Dad? Nope. Nope. He'll run this show. That's a promise you. 4 and 5 year old guys right there, 135 and 35 and 35 and 35, 35, 37 and 30, 40 and 40 and 2 and a half, 42 and a half, 45, 45, 47 and 50, 50 and a half, 5, 55, 55, 60 and a half, 5, 65, 70, 175 and 80 and 185, 85, 85 and 90, 95, 95, 95, 2 and down 2, group of 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 2, 95, group of 2, hike 195, hike 1. 4-year-old cows here at 35 and 35 and 35, 35, 35, 37 and 35, 37 and 37 and 37 and 37, 50 to 40 and 40, 40, 40 and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and 5 and 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, Taylor and 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45 here, Chris, 142 and a half, 8X. Nice little Bringus cows. Some more of them, guys. Nice little Bringus cows. 5 and 6 years old here. 140, 40, 40, 1, 41, 3, 5, and that's 47, 47, 47, 47, 9, 9, going to be 47, going to be 9, going to be $8, and 47, 7, 9, going to be 9, 50, 1, and 51, 51, 51, 2, 3, 53, 4, and 54 here, 53, 54, 53 down, 4, 53, 4, going to be 53, 4, 53, 4, 53, 4, gray, 153, 10. Forty head one, 41, 40, 41 here, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, 45, 45 now 5, and 40, 45, 40, 45, 6 here, 45, going to be 600, 45, 50, and 45 of the going to be 45 of the 45 of the going to be 45 of the going to be 45 of the going to be 45 of the Doug, 145 on 5. Thirty-five, 35, 35, 37, 37, 37, 40, 40, 40, 41, and 41, 41, 41, 2, 43, 42, 34, and 40, 45 here, 45, 45, 45, 46, 145, go to 6, 45, 46, and 45, 46 here, 7, and 47 is half 7, and 47 half, 47 $, 48, 48, 48, 48, you give $8, $48, and 47 of half, go to be $8 Doug, 147 and a half, 5. Forty, tap one, and 40, 41, 40, 41, 41, 3, and 41, 3, 41, 43, 41, 35, now 45, going to be 7, 45, going to be 7 here, 45, going to be 6 here, and 45, 46, 7, and 47, 8, 47, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 40 here, going to be $9, and 9, going to be 950, 51, and 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51 here, going to be 151, and 50, 51 here, another one here, sold 150 on Booker, straight. How old are these little old pairs? Old cows? Good little calves. Good little calves out there, side guys right there. Going to be 15 and a half, and 15 and a half, and 15 and a half here, half and a half here, 1600, and 16 and a half, and 17 and 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 18, 18 and a half, 19, 19 and a half, and 19 and a half, 2,000, going to be 21, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21 and 1, 2100, 2100, 2100, and 2100, and 2,000, going to be 2100 here, 21, 21, 21, 21 here, going to be 2100, 2100, sold them 2,000, MW, 2,000. M-Dub. 35, yeah, 35, 35, 35, 37, 37, 37, 35, 37, 37, 50, and 37, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, you get 40, 39, 39, 40, 40, 40, you get 40, 39, 40, and 39, 40, 40, you get 40, you get 40, you get 40, you're at 40, and 39, 40, 40, 40, you get 40, you get 40, you get 40, you get 40, Chris, 139, 13. Good set of weight cows. 35, yeah, 35, 35, 37, 40, and 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 3, and 43, 3, and 43, 3, and 43, 3, would have been 250, and 42 and a half, 2, 3, and 43, 43 and a half, 43 and a half, 43, 54, and 44 and a half, 44 and a half, 44 and a half, going to be 44, 50, and 44 and a half here, going to be half here, Booker, 144.
$11.
125, 25, 25, 25, 27, 27, 30, 31, 33, 33, 31, 33, 31, 33, 33, 5, and 37, and 35, going to be 7 high, 39, 39, 40, 35, 40, the 1, and 41, 41, 41, 41, 2, 41, 2, and 41, 2, 41, 2, and 41, 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, 45, going to get $2 here, Cavness, 141, Cavness. $125, 25, 27, 50, and 27, and 27, and 27, and going to be 27, and going to be 27, 50, and now 27 and a half here, and now 750, now 30, and 30, 30, going to be 30, and 8, 28, 29, going to be 9, going to be 9, going to be 9, 29, and 20, going to be 9, 30, now 30, going to be 30, going to be 30, going to be 29, going to be 30, now 1, and now 2, and 30, now 2, bit of 2, now 31, 2, 31, 2, 31, 2, 1, going to be $2.31, going to be $2, going to be 2, bit of 2, 31, going to be 2, Book, 131, Booker 11, 131. There she is. 35, 35, 35, 35, 7, and 35, going to be 7, 38, 37, 8, 37, 8, going down to 40, 40, then 1, and 41, 2, 43, 44, 45, 600, and 45, 50, and 45 and a half here, 5 and a half, 6, and 46 and a half here, 46, 50, and 46 and a half here, half here, 46 and a half here, half here, now half here, Booker, 146. I mean, 135, 35, and 37, and 37, 37, 37, 39, 40, 41 here, 41, 2, 41, 2, 43, 43, 44 here, 45 here, 45, you get 45, and 45, and 44 and a half, 5, and 45 here, 45, 50, and 40, you get 5 of the 5 of the 45 of the 45 of the 45 of the going to be 45, 50, and 45 and a half here, 45, 50 there, going to be 45, bit of a half here, so 145, Kevin is 3, 145.
I could run them cards in if you need me to.
Yeah, I think it should be 25 or something.
35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 35, 37, 37, going to be 37, 50, and 30, 57, going to be 37, going to be 37, going to be 37, 50, going to be 37 and a half here, given 135. Saw all the bulls last week.
There's a bunch of bulls.
There is. Fantastic. 125, 25, 25, 25, 27, 25, 27, going to be 27, going to be 27, going to be 27, going to be 27, 50, and now 30, and 32 and a half, and 2 and a half, 31, 3, 33, 33, 35 here, 35, 35, and 33, we get 35, we get 33, we get 35, we get 35, we get 3, 7, and 30 and a half, 7, 37, 37, going to be 7, we get 7, 6, 7, and 37, 5, we get 37, 5, we get 38, 37, going to be $8, 37, going to be 38, Booker, 137, 11. Did you get any rain this week? This weekend? Next weekend? Next weekend.
Storms coming.
How was Stillwater? I didn't go to jail. That was the goal. It was so expensive, but it was so worth it. No. No. Yep. We'll worry about the problems next week.
They got something coming, Antonio? Yeah. Okay.
$65, has a good about, has a good about 7, Hannah, 7, Hannah, 7, Hannah, 7, Hannah, 7, Hannah, 750, and 67, Hannah, half here, half here, bit of half here, going to be 67, Hannah, half here, sort of 165, Cavernous Bull.
What was it, 160?
65, 62 and a half. You 2.5 here. 2.5. Get 2.5. And 70 and 172 and a half. 72 and a half. 72 and a half. 71. 71. 71. 72 and 71. 2. 71. Good to be 2. Dollar down 2. 71. Good to be 2. 71. 2. 71. Good to be 2. So 171. Doug 7. Excited? You can get that way. Yeah. No. 65. As a good fat, 7 and 7 and 70 and 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 75, 75, 77 and 77 and 750 and 76 7 and 77 and 77 and 77 and 70 70 heavy to get good down 83 good 80 down 80 and high good 85 good 80 good 80 bit of 80 good 80 down 80 here sold 179 Cabinets Bull X. What's Ronnie got here? Anything? Is he just spectating? It's your buddy. I used to deal with 81, 80 on the one, who could be hit the one, who could be 81, 81, 81, 81, and a hot, 81, 81, 81, who could be 81, could be 81, could be 81, could be 82, could be 3, could be 4, could be 5, 85, 84, 5, could be 85, 85, tie, 85, 85, 85, 85, 84, 5, could be 85, could be 85, could be 85, give him bull, 184. I like pears. Like 100? Seventy-two and a half. Yes, 70. We get two and a half. 72 and a half. 72 and a half. 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71. We get 71, 61. And 61. Had two. And had two. Good with two. Good with two. Now 61, 2. We get two. 61, 2. We get two. Doug. 161, 7. 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, going to be 62 and a half, 65, 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 70, 70, and 2 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 3, 75, 73, 75, 77, and 77, 75, going to be 77, 9, 77, and 9, 77, $9, 77, going to be 9, given, 177. Boo.
Could you call there and see if they got a tag number for Tanner Garrison, please, yet? Tanner Garrison, or Garrison Show Cattle, something like that. Bull, it's supposed to be a bull.
Right here.
35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 37, 35, 37, 37, 40, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 45, 45, 45, 45, 7 and a half, and 47, 47, 47, 47, 50, and 40, 7, going to be 40, 7, 50, and half 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, and half 50 here, so 147 and a half, Doug 7. $65,
I'm wondering if they play with them for tomorrow. You might want to find out. Tanner Garrison.
65, 7 and a half, and now 70, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 71 here, 71, 2, 71, 2, 3, and 73, 72, 3, and half 3 is 4, and 74, 74, 74, 74, 73, 74, 73, 74, Doug, yeah, 74 here, 74, 74 here, Gibbon Bull, 173. $75, 75, 77, 50, and 77, 77, 77, 77, 50, and 77, have an 80, and now 83, 81, here, 81 or 2, 82, 82, 82, 81, 82, Doug, 181, 7.
Okay, we need to make sure he sells today. Okay, thank you.
They find him. Looking for him.
55, 55, 55, 57, 55, 57, 57, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, now 5, as you get about 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, going to get 70, going to get 70, going to be 70, going to get 70, going to be 70, and now 70 there, going to be 70, going to get 70, Chris, 167 and a half, 9. $65, as it get hot, has it get about 7 and a half, 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 70, 72 and a half, 71, 71, 71, how about 1, 70, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, cabinets, 170, Bull.
By him. Better leave a message.
75, 75, 75, 75, 77, 77, 75, 77, 75, going to be 77, 75, 77, 75, 77, 70, 71, 71, and 71 outside 1, and 70, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, and 71, here's all 170, Gibbon Bull. $65, 65, has a good 55, and 55, 57, 55, 57, 55, 57, 57, 57, 57, going to be 62 and a half, not 5, and has a good 3, not 5, 65, 63, 5, and 63, 5, and half 5, and 3, and 5 here, 5, and 5 here, Gibbon Bull, 163, Gibbon Bull. 55, yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 55, 57, 55, 57, 57, 60, and now 60, there, 2.5, and 2.5, 1, 3, and 3, and now 5, and 3, and 5, now 3, now 5, now 7, and 67, and 9, 167, good to be 9, both out, now 70, and now 73, good to be 70, good to be 70, good to be 70, good to be 70, Chris, 169, 10x. 65. Has a good hat, has a good 7.5, and 67 and a half here, half here now 70, 70 now 70 here now point, and 70, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, and 71, now 71 given 170 bull. Your Cubbies sure have their way with the Dodgers, don't they? I watched it for a while last night. First game I've seen. I don't know. Huh? I heard that. All season? Oh, goodness. 72 and a half. Yeah, 70, 71, 70, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71. You get 72, 71, 2, 71, 2, 71, go to 2, 3. And 73, 74, 74, 73, 74 and 5 here, 75, 75, 6 here, 75, 6 here, 75, 6, 7. And 77, 76, 7. And 77 here, going to be 7, going to be 7, going to be 7, going to be 7, going to be 7. So 176. Gibbon bull. Maybe they'll go out there and buy him one. Maybe they'll go buy him one. 65. Has a good font. Has a good 5 here. 60 font. Has a good font. Has a good 1 2. Good 2. Good 3. Good 3. Good 4. Good 4 and 5. Has a good 600 and 6 7 and 7 7 7 8 dollar 9. Good 9. Good 9. Good 9. 70 and 71 and 70 71 71 72 71 2 3 and 73 73 3 72 3 4 and 74 here 74 74 74 5 and now 5. Good 74 and 5 75 75 75 75 Cavus bull 174. 110, 110, 12, 10, 12 and a half here, 10 and 12 and a half, 10 and 12 and a half, 110 and 12 and a half, 10 and 12 and a half, 10 and 12 and a half, 15, and 15, and 15, 15, and 12 and a half, 115, and 12 and a half, 115 here, S, 112, 53. $25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 27, 27, 32 and a half, 32 and a half, 35, 35, 37, 37, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, could be 9, 8, 9, and 39, 40, and 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 1, and 41, 2, 43, 44, 43, 4, 5, and 46, 45, 46, 45, 46, you're at Chris, 7, and 47, Hannah, 7, 7, 7, 46, 7, and 47, 47, 47, Chris, 146, 13. $50. 55, yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 5, 70, 5, 80, 5, 85, and 90, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, now 2, and 95 and 2, and 95 and 2, there, 95, 2, 95, $2 here, Chris, 195, 7X, Preg. $8 years and 5 months. 110, 110, 15, and 10 to 15 here, 110 to 15 here, 115, 21, 21, 25, and 25, 25, 25, group 125, group 30, group 30, 25, group 30, 25, group 30, 25, group 30, yeah, John 30, and 30, 30, group 30, group 25, group 30, 30, 30, 35, and you get 30, 27 and a half, 30, 2 and a half, 32 and a half. So 130, Chris, 13. Robbie going fishing today? Two-year-old. $1.50. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and a 5, and a 70, 75, 75, 75, 80, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 85 here, Chris, 180, 7X. She preg her. No preg. Okay.
But that was a
7X, yep. 35, 35, 35, 37, 37, 37, 37, 37, 40, 40, 42 and a half, 52 and a half, 5, and 45, 47, 47, 50, 50, and 1, and 51, 51, 52, 53, 53 and 4 here, 54 here, 5, 55, 55, 6, and 55, 56 out of there, 5, going to be 56 here, 5, going to be 6, Gavin, it's 155, 3. Bob, did you go to Stillwater this weekend? You didn't make it? I think so. Yeah. Little cow's a 5-year-old. She's 7 months bred. Who give 1,000? 1,000, 1,100, and 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11, 12, 11, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 150, 16, 16, 17, 118, good to be 18, 118, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, good to be 18, 18, 118 and a half, 18 and a half, good to be 18, 50, 18 and a half, 5 and a half, good to be 18, 50, 18 and a half, Gardner, 1800 on 11, Gardner, 11. 145 and 45 and 45, 47 and a half here, 47, 45, 47, 7, 50 and 50, 50, 50 and 7 and 1 and 51 and 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51 here, another one here, cabinet 3, 150.
Y'all got the plaid shirts on over there.
Yes, sir. 51, 50, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51. Who get 50? Have one. 51, 51, 51, 1, 2, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 54, 5, 54, 5, 5, 5, 5, 55, 55, gray, 154, 10. Old cow, she's 10 by 3. 75, yes, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, going to be 85, 85, and 100, 95, 95, 95, dollar here, going to be 102 and a half, going to be 102 and a half, going to be 5, now 5, going to be 5, 750, and 7 and a half, going to be 110, here, 110, going to be 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 110, Doug, 107 and a half, 5X. $1.50. 55, yeah, 55 and a half, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, 70, 55, 80, 55 and 90, 90, 90, 90, there, good 90, 95, and 95 and $2 here, good 2, good 2, good 2, 195, 2, 195, 2, 95, 2, S, 195, 11X. $120, 2 and a half, and 20, we get 2 and a half here, 120, we get 2 and a half, group 20, we get 2 and a half, group 20, that 2 and a half, group 20, that 2 and a half, group 110, 110, 12 and a half, 10 and 12 and a half, and 10, 12 and a half, and 15, and 17 and a half, and 20 there, group 120, group 20, 20 there, group 120, 20 there, group 20, Chris, 17 and a half on number 12. $25, yeah, 27, had a hand, 27, 50, 50, 50, had a half, and 30, we get 32 and a half, 32 and a half, 32 and a half, you get 2 and a half, 32 and a half, 5, and 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 37, had a half, and 40, 40, 40, and 2 and a half, and 42 and a half, 45, 45, 45, 47, 50, and 47 and a half, 50, and half, 50 there, gonna be 150, we get 50, and 50 there, gonna be 150, we get 50 there, gonna be 150 and a half, 50 and a half, 50 high, solder, 147 and a half, Chris 13. Red Angus, 5 years and 7 months. $2,000, 20, 100, and 2100, and 2100, here, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2100 here, and then 2100 here, and then 2100 here, going to be 2100, and 2, and 22, and 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 100 here, going to be 21, going to be 23, and 23, going to be 23, going to be 24, and 24, 24 and a 5, and 2500, and 24 and a 5, what about half, 4 and a half, 4 and a half, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 50, and 25 of the van, and 25 of the van, and 25 of the van, going to be 25 of the van, going to be 25 of the van, going to be 25, going to be half. Mosley, 2,500. $45, yeah, 45, 47, 52 and a half, and 52 and 5, and 57, 57, 57, 50, 3, 5, 7, 57, 55, 7, 55, going to be 7, 55, going to be 7, 55, going to be 7, Jiggy 7, 55, going to be 7, 55, going to be 7, going to be 7, now 9, 159, now 9. 60. 60. Booker, 159.
There's guy right here. They got baskets, one and open.
This him? Oh, yeah.
They go through the gun. Boom.
225. 230, and 25, you get 35, and 35, 40, 40, 45, 45, 45, you get 245, and 45, you get 5, 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 245, Terry, 240, 7. $25, E 27, had a hand, 27 of a hand, 27.50, and 27 of a going to be 27 of a hand, 30, and 30, 30, 30, we get 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, we get 5, and 35, 35, 35, 35, and 5, 35, 750, and 37 of a going to be 40, 40, 40, and 40, 40, 40, you get 40 here, going to be 40, we get 40, we get 40, we get 40, going to be 40 here, Booker, 137 and a half, 11. 5 and open. $1.50. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 35, 40, and 35, 40, 35, 40, 35, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 35, 40, 45, now 45, now 50, now 5, now 55, 60, now 5, now 70, now 5, 80, 185, 185 and 90, 190, 95 and 95, $2, and now 2, good with 2, good with 2, 195, good with 2, 95, good with 2, 95, good with 2, good with 2, Chris, 195, 3X. 35 and 37, going to be 37 and 37 and 37 and 37 and 37 and going to be 35, 37, 50 and 37, 37 and 40 and 40, 40, 40, 42 and a half, 2 and a half, 5 and 45, 47 and 47 and 47 and 50 and 50, 50 down, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, bit of a 2 and a half here, gray, 159. June open. $125 and 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 5 here, $125 here, $125 here, $1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 125, 125, 30. S, 125, 3. S3, yep. This little brindle is pregnant. Make a nice little cow someday. 7 months. 5 years and 7 months. $1,000. 10, 1100, 11, 12, and 12, and 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 1500, and 14, 15, and 14 and a half, 1500 and a half here, half and a half here, going to be 16 and a half, and a half, 17, 17, and 17 and a half, and 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 18, 18, 18, going to be 1800, 1800 here, 1800 here, 18, tray, 17 and a half, uncooked. She's got a bump, $1. 105 and 105, 105, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 10, going to be 110, going to be 110, going to be 110, going to be 105, going to be 110, and 10, 15, and 50, 15, and 10, and 15 here, 20, and 21, 21, 21, 23, 15, 20, 5, and 25 here, 25 here, 5 here, going to be 25, 5 here, Cavus, 120, nothing. $122 and a half, 22 and a half here, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 23, going to be 122, 50, and 22 and a half, 5, and 25, 5, 7, 57, and a half, and 30, 30, going to be 30, 30, 30, going to be 30, 38, and 9, and 25, 30, and 30, 30, going to be 35, 1, and 30 here, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31 here, so 130, Doug, 5X. This my bull. This my bull. So I was looking at. You got a tattoo. Yeah, it's him. Okay, we have papers on this bull, but he is unable to have him here with us today. But if you guys, this is a virgin bull. He was born 4/13 of 24. He is a very, he's a heifer bull, be friendly heifer bull. He's a virgin and he's gentle. Yep, belongs to Tanner Garrison out there, guys. Here's a good-looking bull, guys. He does have the papers on this bull. If you need the papers, we'll have him mail them to you or whatever we need to do. So here you go. Good looking bull cows right there. Here, 3,500 and 35. Yeah, 35 and 35, 35, 35, 3,500. Here, going to be 3,500 and 30. Hold your gate, 3,500 and 3,500. Here, 5. Here, going to be 3,500 and 3,500. Here, going to be 3,000, 3,100 and 3,000. Having to get 3,000. Having to get 3,000. Having to get 3,000. Having to get 3,000. Going to be 3,000. Having to get 3 and 3,000. Having to get 3 and 3,000. Having to get 3,000. Going to be 2,500 and 25, 2,600 and 2,550 and 25 and a half. Here, going to be 25. Going to be 25. Going to be 25. Going to be 25, going to be 25.50 and 25.50 and 25 and a half here, 2,500 guys for a bull, guaranteed sound. He's got papers and everything. 2,500, 2,500 PO.
They got to take that for my bull. He's never been running with anything. Oh yeah, he's well. I don't know. Let's see.
$50, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 5, 70, 5, 80, 5, 85, 90, 195, and 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 195 here. S, 190, 11. $0.10 a pound. 10, 15, 20, and 25, and 25, 30, and 30, 5, and 35, 40, 40, 40, 45, 45, 50, 50, 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 5, and 55, and 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 5 here, sold 50, S1, 50, S1.
That.
Oh, yeah, here's Corbin 5 Farms, guys. They are bred to a, did he say Charlotte?
Hang on now.
He said these cows are bred back to a Hereford bull. He said there was a Charolais that got in for a little bit. So they are bred back to Hereford or Charolais bulls, guys. Chaz Corbin's cows. They're short bred. 3 and 4 months bred, all 5 years old, guys. Here's an outstanding set of cows. All right, here, 2,500 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 2,500, 500, here, boys, you get done, you have something. 2,000, 20, 100, and 21, and 21, 21, 2, and 22, and 23, and 23, and a hand, 23, 50, 50, and a 4, and 24 to hand, 24 to hand, 24 to hand, 5, and 25, 55, 5, 50, and 25, 50, and 25, 600, and 25, going to be 6.5, and 27, and 7, 7, going to be 27, 2,800 and 28 and a half, 29 and a half, and 9 and a half, 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 and 20, 9 and a half, going to be 29.50 and 29 and a half here, having them super red baldies, guys. 29 and a half, 29.50, 29 and a half here, half here, not a half, you done? 29 going to be half. TK 2,900.
TK.
Bred to Hereford bulls, but a Charolais did get in with them for a short period of time. Here's 6, 7 months, 6, 7 months. 2500, 2500, and 2550. 25 and a half here. 5 of the van, 25 of the van, 25 of the van, 25 of the van. Heavy red right here. 2550. 25 and a half here. 5 of the van. Going to be 6, 7, and now 7 and 7 of 8. 27 of 8, 7 of 8, 9. Going to be 9, 3, 3, and 25, 3. What about half? 950 and 3 and half 3, 3 and 1 and 3100 here. 31, 31, 31, 31, 31 here. 31 and 3100. 31, 31, put together 3100 and 3100. 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, going to be 3100. Sold them 3000. Chris 3. We'll sell choice. Sell choice. How far bred are they? 6 to 7 months. We'll say choice. 2000. 2100 and 21 and 21 and 20 and 21, 21, 21, 2100 here, 2100, 2100, 2100, 2100 here. Going to be 17 and a half, 18, 18, 1800 here, 18, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, and 19 and 19 half and 19 and a half and 2 and 2000. Going to be 2, going to be 2, going to be 2, 2000. Going to get 2000. Going to get 2000. Going to be 2 and 2000 here. Half here. Going to be 2000. Going to get 2. Sold them 1950 on Trey Cook. One of both, Trey. Takes them both. One and 2 years old. They're 4 and 5 months, guys. They're 4 and 5 months bred. 2000, 20, 100, and 21, and 21, and 20, and 21, 21, 21, 2100, and 2100, and 2100, and 21, and 2150, and 21 and a half here, half and a half here, 21 and a half, 21 and a half, 21 and a half here, going to be 2150, and 21 and a half here, and a half here, 2150, and 21 and a half here, half and a half, going to be 21 and a half, going to be 21 and a half here, going to be 2150, and 21 and a half here, 1 and a half, going to be 21 and a half. So 2100. Chris 3, 2100. Heavy breds. 7 and 8 year old. They're 7 and 8 months bred, guys. Heavy of them babies any day. 2000, 20, 100, and 2100. 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2100, 21 and a half, and 21 2, and 22 and a half. Going to be 2 and a half. Going to be 2 and a half. Going to be 3, and 23, 23, 3 and a half, and 23, 50, 50, and 4, and 24, 24, 24, and 400, 2400, and 3 and a half. Going to get 400, 23 and a half. Going to be 2400, and 24 and a half, 24 and a half, 24 and a half. Now 5, you get 5, 25, 50, 25, 50, and 20, you get 5 of the van. Going to be 20, you get 5 of the van. Going to be 25 of the van. Going to be 25, 50. It's 25 and a half here, 5 of the van, and 25 of the van here. Trey, 2500 Cook. Four and fives. Here's the open ones. 35, yeah, 35, 37 of 35, 37 of 35, 37 of 35, 37 of 37 of 37 of 40, 40, 42 and 2 and 5, and 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 47, 50, and 47 of 50, 50, 50, 50, and 50, and 7 of 5, going to be 150, 50, 50, 10, 50 here. Chris, 47 and a half, 3X. Five by 5, 2000, 2100, 21, 20, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21 hand, 21 hand, 21 hand, 21 hand, 21 hand, 2150, and 2150, and 21 and a half here, half and a hand, 21 hand, 21 hand, 2150, 2150, 2150, and 21 and a half, not 2, and 2200 here, 1 and a half, going to be 2 here, 1 and a half, going to be 200, going to do Gardner, 2150, 11. Yeah, 35, yeah, 35, 35, 37, 40, 40, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 41, and 41, 41, 41, 2, 41, going to be 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 3, and 43, 2, 3, and 42, and 3, 42, 3, and 42, 3, and 42, 3, Chris, 142, 10.
That's still Corbin 5.
Bred cow.
Yep, here by 4x5, 5x4 guys are bred to the Hereford or Charolais bulls.
4 to 6, 4 and 5.
4 to 6 years old. They're 4 and 5 months bred. 2,000, 2,100, 21, and 20, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21 and a half here, 21.50, and 21 and a half, and 21 and a half, 21 and a half, 21 and a half, 21.50, and 21 and a half. Hold your gate, hold your gate, hold your gate. Now 2, now 2, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 3, and 23.50, and 23 and a half, 4, and 24, 24, 24, 24, 24, and 2,400, going to be 24, going to be 24, going to be 24, going to be 2,400, and 2,400, and 3 and a half, and 2,400, going to be 24, and 2,400 and a half, 24 and a half, 24.50, and 25, and 25 and 5, 2,500, and 20 to get 500 to 5 here, 5 to get 2,500. I sold them 24 and a half. Gardner 11.
Gardner 11.
Freaking hate. Oh my. Daughter. 105 and 105. To get 5. 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 105. 105. 105. 105. To get 5. Daughter. 50 cents a pound. 60 cents a pound. 70. 80. Now 80. Now you give 80. 75. Now 80. 85. 90. Now 90. 85 to get 90. 85 to get 90. 85 to get 90. 85 to get 90. Group 90. To get 90. Group 90. To get 90. S. 85. 9.
Good luck.
Okay.
25, 27 and a half, and 27 and 27 and 27 and 27 and 27, 30, and 30, 32 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 35, 37 and 37 and 37 and 37, 50, and 37 and a half, going to be 37 and a half here, 37, 50 here, given, 135.
They give in.
Where's all these pairs at?
Nine years and 7 months, 1,500. 15 and a half, 15 and a half, 16, 17, 18, 18, 50, 18 and a half here, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 1900, and 1900, and 19, 19, 19, Mosley, 1850. 1 year, she's 7 months bred. 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2,100, 2,100, and 22, and 22, 22, 22, 23, and 23, 4, and 24, 23, 4, 23, and 4, 23, Ronnie out, 23, 4, 5, 2,500, 24, 55, 25, Paul, you're out, 24 and a half, 24 and a half, Paul, you're out, 24 and a half, now 5, Braden. 2,500, 25 to get 5, and 2,500 here, 5 to get 5, 25, Braden, you're out, 2,500, and 2,500 to get 5 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 here, McGee, 24 and a half. Daughter, 2.5. You 2.5 here. 102.5. Big 2.5. Big 2.5. Good 2.5. Big 250. You 2.5 here. 2.5. Big 2.5. And now 5. Big 750. And down 10. 10. 12. 15. 17.5. 17.5 here. 1/2. Good 17.5. Top pro, yeah. 1750. And 17.5 here. 1/2. Good 17.5 here. Ricardo. 115 on 2. 125, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 27, 50, and 27, and 7, 30, 32 and a half, 35 here, 35, 37, 37, 40, 40, 40, you get 42 and a half, 42, 50, and 42 and a half, and 40, 2 and a half, going to be 40, 2 and a half, going to be 40, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 2 and a half, so 140, Chris, 3X. Eight years and 7 months. 8 by 7, 50, 100, and 15 and a half, and 15 and a half here, have and a half here, going to be 16, and 17, 18, 19, 19, 2, and 2, 1, and 21, 22, 22, 3, and 23, 23, 24, 24, 24, 24, 23 and a half. What about 23, 50, 23 and a half, Trey, Rat, 24, 2400, Ronnie, 2400, 24, 2400, and 2400 here, 4, Trey, 23 and a half, Cook. 7 by 7.
Trick it.
7 by 7. Yes, she is. 1500. 15 and a half. 15 and a half. 16. 17. 1700. 17. 17. 18. 19. 19. 2. And 2000. 2000. 21. And 21. 22. 22. 23. And 23. 23. 23. 23. 4. And 24. 24 and a half. 24 and a half. Going to be 24. 50. And 24 and a half. Gardner out. 24 and a half. 24. 50. It's 24 and a half. 4 and a half. 4 and a half. 4 and a half. 4 and a half. 24. Going to be half. Trey, 2400, Cook. Five is here, 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 37, 40, 40, 40, you get 40, 40, 40, Rob, you're at 40, and 40, 40, 40, you get 42 and a half, 5, and 45, 47, 47, 50, you get 50 down, 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, go to 2 and a half, 5, and 55, 57, 57, 57, 57, 57, 50, 60, now 60, and now 60, there, Gray, 157 and a half, 9. 1 year and 6 months bred, 1500. 15 half, 15 and a half here, half here, half and a half here, good with 16, 17, and 17, and 17, 17, 18, 1800, 18 here, 18 here, 18, 17, 18, 1800 here, 18, 19, 2, 1, and 21, 21, 21, 21, out of here, 2100, 2100 here, 21, 21, 2100 here, 100 here, 1, McGee, 2000. 35, 35, 37, 42 and a half, 45, 45, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, now 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, and 7 and a half, going to be 150, 50 there, going to be 150 here, given 147 and a half. $10 years and 8 months. Who'll give 1,000 on her? 1,100. 11. 1,100. 10. 11. 11. 11. 11. 10. 11. 11. 11. 10. 1100. 11. 11. 11. 1,200. And a half. And 12. Going to be 13 and a half. And a half here. 14. 14. 50. And 14 and a half here. Half here. But half here. Going to be 1,500 and a half. And a half. 16. And a half here. 17. 17. And 17. 17. 17. Going to be 17. 17. M-Dub. 1,650. 1 by 4, 2,000. Good rip, 2,000. 20, 100, 2,100, 2,100, 2,000, 2,100, and 2,100, 21, 20, 100, and 20 and a half, and 21 to 50 and a half, now 2, and 22, bit of 2, 22, good bit 2, and 2,200 out of line, 2,200, and 2,200, good bit 250, and 22 and a half, half, good bit 20, bit 2 and a half, so 2,200, Braden Lancaster. Got a bunch of pairs I know of. Supposed to have. Bunched up. Paired up, that's the correct term. $12 and $14.
100 head.
Yeah, everywhere. You leaving? Take your cows and go home. She ain't 9, is she?
It don't matter.
Dollar. 110 and 110. Good to be 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 110. She ain't 9, guys. It's another shooting pragger.
She's 10 cents.
She got a baby inside. She's worth 2,500. 2,500. That's what I just said.
If you get 2,500, you get raised.
Daughter. Hey, 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 look at here.
Get them out. Get them out.
1,500, 15 and a half, 15 and a half, $1,000 a pair, 1,000, 1,100, and 10, 11, 10, 50, 10 and a half, not 11, 11 and a half, 11 get up here, 1150, 1150, 11 and a half, you're the king of this kind, 1150, 1150, 1150, 50 and a half, 11, 12, and 1,200, 1,200 a hand, 12, 12, going to be 1,300, and 1,300, and 13, 13, 12, going to be 1,300, and 12 of 5, going to be 13, going to be 13, going to be 30, 13, going to be 1,300, and 12 of 5, going to be 13, here, going to be 1,300. Sold them 12.50, Chris. 15. Ideal Texas Longhorn right there. 50. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 60, now 5, and to get about 70, 75, 75, 80, 85, 90, 90, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, $1. $1. Sold 95, Burns.
16. Just
Rob, you ever had any Longhorns? Have you? Seven by seven. 1500, 15 and a half, 15 and a half here, 7 by 7, 15 and a half, 16 and a half, and 1650, and 50, 50 and a half here, 16 and a half, and 16 and a half here, half here, half and a half here, going to be 17, and 17, we get 17, and 17, Ron, you're out, 1700, and 17, we get 17, 17, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 1750, 17 and a half here, half here, Ronnie Mosley, 1700. 2 years, 4 months bred. What a rip. 2,000, 2,100, and 21, 21, 21, 2, and 22, 22, 21 hand, 21 hand, 21 hand, 21 hand, 21 hand, 2150, and 2150. Now 2, 22, now half, now 3, now hand, you get 3, 23, you get 3, now half, 24, 2400, 24 and a half, 24 and a half, and 24 and a half here, 4 and a half, you get 4 and a half, 2450, and 24 and a half here, 4 and a half, you get 4 and a half, 5, now half, 25 and a half, going to be 6, 2600, now half, 26 and a half, 2650, and 26 and a half here, half here, Paul, you're out, 26 and a half, Chris, you're out, 26 and a half, and 2650, and 50 and a half here, half here, done, 2600. You made it, Kyle. Woo! Just in time. 3-year-old daughter. 105 and 105, 105, 105, 105, 110, and 15, 20, and 21, 21, 21, 25, 25 here, 250, and 20, 2 and a half, 20, 2 and a half, 20, 2 and a half, 20, 2 and a half here, Doug, 120 on 5X. Doug, 5X. Doug, yep. Old cows and they're 5 months bred. Huh? 4 and 5 months. 4 and 5 months. $1. 105 and 105, 105, 110, and 15, 20, and 25, 30, 30, now 35, 35, 40, 100, 40, 100, 45, 45, 50, and now 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, here, going to be $155, $55, $55, 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, sold, 150, Chris, 13. $82 and a half. 5, 87 and a half. Now 90. 190, 90, 190, 90, and 92 and a half, and 91. 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, going to be 91 tie. 91, and 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, 91, sold. 190. Give and boo. Get a raise for that, Rob. $65. As a good pattern, has a good, as 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 a good, $65. As a good pattern, has a good, as 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 a good, now 5 here, $65. As a good, you can do it, $65. As a good pattern, 67, a hand of 70, 170, 170, 170, Rob, you're out, 170, if you get 70, if you get 70, if you get 70. Kevin, it's 167 and a half, boo. We still got one over here we need to get. Let's get it for these pairs. Let's get this 1 yard out before we start on these pairs, Bob, if you don't mind. There's just one.
I
have no idea. I just heard about them. Jason called me about them this morning.
supposed to be
Still mad at you.
45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 5, you get 5, 45, and 45, you get 45, you get 45, you get 45, you get 45, 40, you get 5, 45, 45, 45, 35, 7.5, 40, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cavernous, 144 on 3.
I think this is one of them I had to cut out last month.
Wonderful.
I don't know nothing about them, John, but the calves are damn nice.
Can't cuss over the microphone, Coy.
What?
Sperm. Supernova Ranch, guys. How old are these cows? 5-year-olds? Look at the coupons at the side right there. 3,500 and 35 and 35. I don't want to lie to you, so I don't know.
Yeah. I think.
No, he was telling me about Keenan. He was telling me about them Keenan pairs. That's all right. We got them coming up right next. 30, 500, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 3,500, and 3,500, 3,500, 3,000, and 3,000, 3, and 1, and 31, 31, 31, 31, 35, 31, 31, 2, and 32, 32, 32, 31, 2, 31, 2, 31, 2, 3, and 33, 3, 4, and 34 here, 34, 34, 34, now 4, and 33, 34, 33, 4, and 3,400, and 34, 3,400, 33, 4, and 34 here, 33, 34, 33, 400, and 33, 400, 33, 3,400. Sold 3,300. Chris 8. That will be by nightfall. Ear tag matched. Yeah. Here is one she's 4 years old. She's 2 months bred back, and look what she's doing for a living, guys. 30, 500, and 35, and 35, and 35, 35, and 35, 600, and 35, going to be 600, going to be 35, going to be 600 here, 35, 50, and 35 of a van, 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 35, 50, and 35, 50, and 35 of a van, 35 of a van, 3600, and 35 of a van, going to be 600, and 35 of a van, going to be 600, 35 of a van, going to be 600, and 35 of a van, going to be 3,600 here, 35 of a van, going to be 600, and 35 of a van, going to be 3,600, 35 of a van, going to be 6. So 35.50, Ricardo. Keenan, this, yeah. There's one. Yep. Yes. PO the last one. PO.
Hey, they're gonna peel that last one. Peel on the last one.
All right, right there, here, 5s and 6s, guys, right there, here, 30, 500, and 35, yeah, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 50, and 35 of the van, 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 600, and 35 of the van, going to be 6.5, 30, 6.5, 37, 37, and 37, and 7, here, going to be 3,700, and 37, 7, I can get 36.5, Jason, or do you want to split them? 3,700, 37, 57, 37, 57, now half. 37.50, 37.5, 37.50, and 37 and a half, half and a half, going to be 37 and a half, half and a half, going to be 37, going to be half. Sold them 3,700, Jason Pear.
Big cow, big cow.
Split them.
Split them.
35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 35, 37, 37, 37, going to be 37, going to be 37, going to be 37.50, 37 and a half, 37 on the cow, 40, 140, 140, did you get 40? 8, 9, 30, 8, 9, 30, hey, going to be $9, going to be $9, going to be $9, sold, 138, Cavernous 10. PO this calf, sell it tomorrow. Yeah, you'll see her tomorrow. I don't know. That's it. There's the start. 25, yeah, 25, 27, about 27, about 27, about 27, about group 27, about group 27, about 27, 30, and 32 and a half, 2 and a 5, and 35, 37, about 37, 40, 42 and a half, 42, 50, and 40, 2 and a half, group 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, 45. Okay, that's 142 and a half straight. We had is good. $2-year-old, $1.50. 55, yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, 70, 55, 80, 55, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 85 here, Chris, 180, 7X preg. 10 years, 5 months, 120. 125, 30, 5, 40, 5, 50, 5, 60, $1.60, 155, 160. Chris, 155, 16. $125, yeah, 25, 25, 25, 25, 27 and a half, and 27, group of 20, group of 7, group of 20, group of 7, group of 27, group of 27, group of 27, group of 27 and a half here, Chris, 125, 13, X. $125, yeah, 25, 25, 25, 27 and a half, 27 group of 27, group of 27 and a 30, 32 and a half, 32 and a half, 250, and 32 and a half, group of 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, group of 30, 250, Chris, 130, 3X. She must have snitched on somebody. Just X. She snitched on somebody. 6 by 5. 1,500, 15 and a half, 15 and a half here, half and a half here, half and a half here, you get half, 16, half, 17, half, 18, half, 1850, 18 and a half here, half and a half here, 1850, 19, and 19, 19 half, and a half here, half and a half here, 1950, and 19 and a half here, half and a half here, 19, half here, half, Trey, 1900 Cook. Y'all leaving? See you guys. See ya. Y'all have a good afternoon. acres of cows left.
Your daughter had their baby yet? Your daughter had their baby? They get close, don't they? I thought it was. They're both. Oh my gosh. Your daughter's got one, then your son and his wife, right?
Yellow. $35, yeah, 35, 37 and a half, 40, 140 and a half, 40, 42 and a half, 42 and a half, 45, 47 and a half, 47 and a half, 50 and a half, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50 and a half, 1, and 51, 51, 2, 3, 53, 53, 4, 54, and 53 and a 4, 53 and a 4, and a half, 53, 54, 53, 54 here, Cabotus, 153, 3, 155, and 55, and 55 and a half, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 51, and 50, 51, have 1, here, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, 51, here, going to be 151, and 50, 51, here, another 1, here, 45, and 45, and 45 here, 45 here, 40, 1, and 41 here, 1, and 41 here, 1 here, Gibbon, 140. Cheapest K bottle day, right there. Hang on.
Jason Perry and that Ricardo, yep, that they PO'd, yep.
$35, yeah, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 37, 37, 40, 40, 42 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 45, 45 here, 45 there, 5, 45, Jeff 5, and 45, 5, 47, 50, and 47, going to be 50, and 50, 50, 50, 52 and a half, going to be 2 and a 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 57, 57, going to be 60, and now 60 there, here, 8, 9, now going to be 60, it's 61, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, Chris, 161, 10. Don't go, Chris. To an open. $1.50. He'll make you build fence or tear down fence or cut down trees, or you'll be doing something the rest of the day. 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, 70, 55, 80, 55, 90, 95, 95, 95, 95, 2, and now 2, and 95 and 2, 95, group of 2, 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 2, sold 195, Chris 7X. 35, yeah, 35, 35, 35, 37, 37, 37, 37, 40, and 40, 40, 40, we get 2.5, 45, and 45, 47, 47, we get 50, we get 50, we get 58, now 9, now 9, you get 9, 50, and point, and 51, 51, 2, 3, we get 53, we get 54, you get 4, 5, and 55, 6, 55, 6, 7, and 57, 57, group of 9, group of 9, group of 9, group of 9, we get 9, group of 9, 9, here, gray, 158, 10. Can't understand you.
I'm trying to be quiet.
Oh. Older cows are 5 months bred, 120. 125, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 30, and 35, and 35, 37, and 37, 40, 42 and a half, 45, 47 and a half, 47, 50, and 47 and a half, 50, and half, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, Chris, 147 and a half, 16. You leaving? See ya. $35, yeah, 35, 35, 37, 37, 37, 37, 37, 37, going to be 37, 50, and 37, 7 and a half, 37, 50, 37, going to be 37, going to be 37, canvas, 135, 3. $25, 25, 25, 25, 27, 25, 27, 27, 27, 27, outside, 27, 50, and 27, 30, we get 30, 32 and a half, 32 and a half, 31, 31, 32, 31, 2, 33, we get 33, we get 34, 5, and 35, you get 5, and 34 and 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 34 and 5, and 5, we get out here, so 134, Booker 11.
Oh my goodness. A bunch of them.
41, 41, 40, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 41, 2, 3, and 3, we get 4, we get 44, we get 44, 4, and 43, and 43, we get 43, we get 44, we get 43, we get 44, 43, we get 44, now 5. Now 5, we get 5. Now 5, we get 5, we get 5. So 144, Cavaness 3. Yes. Yes, sir. Four and fives. 135, yeah, 35, 35, 35, half, and 35, 40, and 35, 40, 40, 45, and 45, 45, 50, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, here going to be 155, and 55, 55, 2.5, 5. 155, 55, and 55, 57, 57, 57, 57, 57, 57, 50, 57 and a half. 50, is that who you got?
Yeah.
57 and a half. Sold 155, hike 1. Twos and threes, $1.50. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, 70, 75 here, 75 there, 75 here, 75, and 75, 80, and 180, 175, 80, 75, go to 80, 75, go to 80, 80, 85, 85, 85, and 90, 95, 95, 95, 95, and 2, go to 2, 5, 205, 205, 25, 85 here, 202, 205, 7. He ain't playing, 207, 207. So, 205, Ricardo. Usually when he did a 202, he goes, whew, got out of that one. Preg on the farm. You want to go to the pasture with Ricardo? No. Yeah. Yeah. $35, yeah, 35, 35, 35, 35, 30, 40, and 40, 40, 40, you get 45, 45, 45, 50, and now 50, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 57, 57, 57, 57, 57, 60, and now 60, and 60 there, 160 there, 160 here, so 157 and a half, whole up. Doug, 7. 6. Steer. $1.50. 55, yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, 70, 170, 70, 170, 165, 70, and 73, 75. Now 75, go to 80, go to 85, 85, 85, and 90, 90, 90, 85, and 90, 90, 90, Chris, 185, 99. Pin him with the 8Xs. $1.50. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, 70, 55, 80, 55, 90, 95, 95, 95, 92, and 205 here, 5 and 10, go to 210, 10 and 15, and 50, 50, 15, 250, 50, 50, 15, so 210. Chris, 7X. She is open. She's open.
Need to do like 7X instead of double X.
Yeah, should have. Ah. $35, and 35, 37, 37, 37, 37, going to be 40, and 40, now 2.5, 45, you get 45, you get 5, 750, and now 50, you get 50, you get 50, you get 50, what about 8, now 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gray, 156, 10. So the 1,800-pound cowboy will go for 61 and he's out. 35, yeah, 35, 35, 35, 35, 37, 35, 37, 37, 50, and 30, 57, going to be 30, 57, going to be 37, going to be 37 and a half here, Gibbon, 135. What's up, Clay? Many left? 50? No. 20? 10? 6, 7 odds and 4 or 5 pairs. 2 babies. 35, and 35, 35, 37, 37, 40, 40, 42 and a half, 45 here, 45, 47 and a 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 52 and a half, 2 and a half, 51, and 51, and 51, 2, 3, 52, 3, 52, going to be 3, 3, 52, going to be 3, Chris, 152, 10. 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, and 35, you give out 37, 37, 37, 40, you get 42 and a half, 5, and 47, 50, and 47, 50, and dollar 52 and a half, 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 3, 5, 55, 55, 57, now 9, 159, now 60, 161, 162, 162, 3, 164, 165, 165, Gray, 164, 9.
How much is that?
25, and 25, 25, 25, 27, 25, 27, 25, 27, 50, and 27, going to be 20, 27, 30, and 30, 30, 32 and a half, 32 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, John, you're out, 32 and a half, Doug, you're out, 32 and a half, 32 and a half, 32 and a half, Booker, 130, 11.
28.45.
$1.50. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, 70, 55, 80, 55, 90, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, and 95 here, 195, 95, 95, Chris, 190, 7X. Preg. No preg. 35, and 35, 35, 37, 37, 40, 40, 40, 2 and a half, 42 and a half, 41, 3, 45, 45, you get 45, 7, and 47, going to be 45, you get $9.50, 1, and 51, 2, 51, 2, 53, 53, 54, 53, 4, 5, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 6, 55, 56, and 55, 6, 7, and 56, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, here, going to be 7, 8, now 8, $58, 57, now 8, cabinets, 157, 3.
They getting those red? Are they getting those red cows? They ready for them?
Three years and 5 months. 2,500, 25, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 2,500, and 2,500 here, 5 here, 2,000 here, 1, and 21, and 20, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 22, 22, 22, 22, 2,200, 22, 3, 22, 3, 4, 2,400, 23, 400, tree out, 24, now 5, 25, 26, 2,600, 25, 6, and 25, 50, and 25 and a half here, 5 and a half, going to be 25 and a half here, Mosley, 2,500. $1.50. 55, yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55 here, 155, 60. Now 5, now 70, 170. Let's go this way, lid. 170, 65, 70, 65, 70 here, now 70, 70, sold. 165, Chris, 3X.
Reselling those reds. We pull those calves off. Jason Parent and a Ricardo. It's sell them Tuesday, tomorrow. Just make it as a normal ticket. I think. It's just a normal ticket. Keenan or whatever.
Not very many.
What do you say?
Yep. He wanted to split them. We're going to sell the calves tomorrow. We'll sell these cows today, sell those calves tomorrow. $1.30. 32, 50, and 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, and 40, 40, 40, you get 35, 40, and 35, 40, 40, 45, you get 45, you get 50, now 5, and 55, 55, 60, 165, and you get about 70, 5, 80, 5, 90, 5, 2, and 2, and 95, you get 2, 95, you get 2, 95, you get 2, Chris, 195, 3X. Or selling for the original owner. Yeah. 4x2, 2,000. 20, 100, and 21, and 21, and 20, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 20, 100, 100. You see the calf she was raising, guys? 20, 100, 20, 100, and 2,000, and 2,000, good to 2,000, 2,000, good to 2,000, good to 2,000, 17, now 1,800, now 18 and 19, 1,900, 18, 19, 18, 19, Robbie bidding, 1,900, 2,000. 2,000 going to be 2. I know it. She opened. She'd be worth more. 2,000 going to be 2. Now 1. 2,100. You done? Sold. 2,000. Ricardo. You bought her twice.
He's going to buy a calf tomorrow. Put it back together.
He's good. PO and reseller next week. Just 7. 25, yeah, 25, and 25, 25, 27, and 25, 27, and 25, 7, 50, and 27, and 27, 50, and now 30, we get 32 and a half, 35, 35, 37, and 40, 40, 42 and a half, 2 and a half, 42, 50, and 40, we get 2 and a half, going to be 40, we get 2 and a half here, Chris, 140, 3X. He's going to bring more? Oh. You better tell Clay.
That guy's bringing more tomorrow, but they don't fit.
35, yeah, 35, 35, 35, 35, 40, and 45, 45, you get 45, 50, you get 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 160, and 57, 57, 57, 57, 57, 57, 57 and a half here, S, 155, 21. 155, S, 21. €2, $1.50. 55, yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and 60, it's 60 here, 5, and 65, 65, 70, 75, 75, and 80, 5, 90, 95, 95, 95, hike, 190, hike 1. Oh, Lordy. Mine gets on her damn phone and watches TikToks and all sorts of ridiculous. $35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, you get 5 here, 35, 35, 25, and 27, and 27, going to be 31, we get 31, we get 32, we get 33, we get 34, we get 5, and 35, 35, 34, 6 here, 35, 6, 7, and 37, we get 30, hey, 9, we get 39, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 39, 40. 39, we get 40, 39, we get 40, book, 139. 11.
idea. Yeah. Big and done. PO sell tomorrow. PO sell tomorrow.
Yeah, they're gonna feel the results tomorrow. Male.
6-year-old little family here, 2,000. 2,100, and 21, and 20, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 2100, and 1, and 2100, and 2100, and 2, going to be 2, going to get 3, going to get 3, 23, 23, 23, and 4, and 24, 5, and 2,500, 600, 25, going to be 6, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 26, 7, and 26, 7, and 6, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, 8, 27, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, and 9, 9, 2,900, now 9, 20, took him right ahead of you, Caleb, 2,900. 2,900. Now 3,000. I'm going to get 3. 3,000. I'm going to get 3. And 25. I'm going to get 3,000. 25. I'm going to get 3,000. I'm going to be 3,000. I'm going to get 3,000. I'm going to be 3. Done. 2,900. 11. Keep them separate. Keep them separate. Gotcha. 2-year-old. 2-year-old here. 1,500. 15 and a half, and a half here, going to be 16, half, 17, half, 18, half, 19, half, 2, 1, and 21, 21, 21 and a half, and 2150, and 21 and a half here, Chandler, going to be half 2, and 2,202, now half, and 22 and a half, 23, 23, 23, 23, we get 3 and a half, 2350, now 4, and 2,400 and a half, and 4 and a half, 4 and a half, 2,450, and 24 and a half here, 4 and a half, 24 and a half, and 24 and a half here, 4 and a half, going to be 24 and a half, tray out, going to be 24, going to be half, now 5, 2,500, tray, 24 and a half, cook. Best cow I've seen today.
Craig Cowan in the air.
2,000, 2,100, yeah, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2, 23, 23, 23, 23, 24, 25 here, 25, 6, 7, and 27, and 27, going to be 20, hey, 20, hey, going to 9, now 20, hey, going to be 909, now 3, and 1, and 31, 31, 32, 32, 32, 33, 33, 33, 33, going to 33, 33, 4, 34, 33, going to 4, 33, now 4, Mosley, 3,300.
Why?
Owner request sells a pair. 25. 25, 600, 25, 6, 7, and 6, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 6, 7, and 7, tray out, 26, 7, now 8, 20, 800, and 2800, and 27, going to be 2800, going to be 27, going to be 2800, going to be 27, going to be 2800, and 9, 25, to get 3. 3,000, to get 3, 25, to get 3, 25, to get 3, and 25, to get 3, to get 3, and 25, to get 3,000, go to 3,000, to get 3, tray, 2,900, cook. 500, 550, and 550, 50, and a half here, 5, 600 and a half, and a half here, now 750, and 75, going to be 800, 800, 800, 800, 800, 800, 8 and a half, 8 and a half, and 9, and 9, 900, 900, 900, 900, going to be 900, 900, 900 here, Chris, 850.
Get out. He paid for it. He paid for it. Save some for us now.
Still got snacks on those box?
Hey, here you go. 200. 200.
Yes.
250. 3. Half. 4. 400.
You over here?
4.5. 500. 550. 600. Everybody online is out. 650. 650. You're out online. Everybody online is out. 650.
Yes.
700.
Yes.
Now half. 750. 750.
Did we miss anybody?
I sure hope we don't miss anybody. 750. Might be the highest one we've sold all day. $700 goes to KS. Good calf. Good job, Caleb.
Watch him, Antonio.
Hey. Hey, little Charlotte. 500. 550. 550, 50, 5 going to be 600, and 6 to high, going to be 700, 750, going to be 800, going to be 8.5, going to be 9, and 900, 900, 900, 900, 900, going to be 950, 9.5, 950, 9.25, 950. 9.25, 950, and high 50, 50, head a high, 50, 9.5, 50, 9.5, going to be 950. Chris O, 925. Chris O. Growing little booger this summer right there. She bred?
She's not riding. So we're back at 10 cents.
Dollar. She's got one good eye. Dollar. 110. Did you bet $1, Ricardo? $1.10. Thor, you bidding? 110. Antone, $1. That might be the highest one we sold all day right there. Yeah. I'd rather have that little baby calf. That's it. Well, thank you, cow buyers, for being here. Y'all have a good afternoon. We'll see some of y'all back here tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the a.m. Y'all have a good day. Oh. Huh? Yeah. I've already sold him. Yeah, had a guy call and ask me about him. Thank you, though, Trey. I appreciate you. Hey, Chris, you might ask him if you want to get rid of that bull. If you don't want him, Trey, ask about that bull. You may want to keep him, though. I don't know. That's up to you two.